Welcome to your Friday 14th edition of Wasatch Weekends. We love getting to be here for you each and every weekend morning. I'm your host, Maddie Evans. You can tune in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday starting at 7 a.m. That way we can get you in the know with what's taking place in and around our community for you to get out there and enjoy. Now we're going to talk to Katie Wing in just a little bit, who has some great things taking place over at Park City Film. But right now we want to talk about how excited everyone is because Park City Mountain Resort just announced that they are extending their season yet again. They're making it all the way to May, and that's their big tagline. So if you have been really excited about the ski season, well then we've got a few more weeks left where you can get out and enjoy the mountain and all of the wonderful snow. I cannot believe the season totals have reached way up above 500 inches, even a little bit above 600 inches. It has been a great year for our snowpack, which means it's going to be a great year for our water conditions. Now we're going to take a quick look at that local weather forecast, and then we've got more of the show after that.
This resort report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Are you looking for a great way to get out of the house this weekend? Well then, Park City Film has got you covered, and I'm joined by Katie Wang first thing this morning to chat about what you can get out there and experience. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning. Always great to be here. Thanks for having me.
I love having you here because I love the passion that you bring about the film industry, only because it's not something I've ever really dived as deep into as I have in recent interviews with you. And so let's talk about what's happening this weekend.
Well, we've got a great new film coming up. It stars Jim Gaffigan, the comedian, Rhea Seehorn, and it's called Linoleum. And this is kind of a science fiction flavored family drama. It's about a middle-aged scientist played by Gaffigan who once dreamed of becoming an astronaut, but now is hosting a TV show on PBS, a science TV show for kids. And he learns that he's being replaced by a person who looks oddly familiar to him, probably what he calls a handsomer, more successful version of himself. And he, as all this happens, a rocket surprisingly crashes in his backyard. So it opens up new possibilities for making his dreams, which heretofore had been thwarted, come true. So just kind of a surreal, mysterious film. Feels a little bit like The Twilight Zone, if you ever watched those series where you're never quite sure what's going on, but there's all these wonderful twists and turns, and it comes together beautifully in the end to this delicious package. So we're really excited to bring in Linoleum this weekend.
I feel like these movies are the best because it's always the main characters kind of struggling with what's happening in their life, and then another door shuts, one opens, and then this beautiful story comes to life where you just get to involve yourself because these are things that happen to all of us so frequently.
Absolutely. And it's just, as you see in the trailer, you keep saying like, oh, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. You know, it's like you kind of get into this mode in your life sometimes where you feel stuck and you feel like there's no possibility of getting out. And another character says, but maybe it is. Maybe it is that easy to just take that next step, take that chance, build a rocket out of this wreckage that's in your backyard. Like, why? Like, what do you have to lose? basically. So it's just kind of fun to see, yes, as you said, that some of the parallels to our own lives, perhaps, or something that maybe we've seen in other people. So there's always that connection to that common humanity that binds us all together that makes these films like this so interesting to experience.
Well, and then of course, you guys are such a great venue for people to come enjoy the movie, but then have the opportunity to chat with people they maybe don't know afterwards and see how that film sparked some emotion within them.
Absolutely. I mean, and that is the joy of the theatrical experience, right? It's that you are seeing it with other people, that you hear people emoting in the theater, whether they're laughing or crying or surprised, that, it reaffirms maybe an experience that you're having, or maybe it makes you think about something differently of like, oh, like I wonder why people are reacting in that way. And maybe kind of gives you a different lens on someone's experience. But then absolutely, I mean, that's the joy of Park City Film, is that we see people come in as community members, but they leave as an audience, right? They're talking to the people next to them, someone that they may not have ever met before. Maybe it's someone they've known forever. We have many people who just come on their own because they know they're never alone when they're in the theater space with us.
Which is such a cool and unique atmosphere that you guys have totally brought to life and created for people to find kind of that companionship throughout the films and the emotions through the films, because you do such a good job of bringing such an array of films in, so people can always find something that's going to fit their taste as they're making their way to Park City Film. And that's the coolest part. You guys are such a wonderful nonprofit here in our community.
Oh, well, thank you. And something that we do have, which one of our patrons was very excited about, is we now have a dinner and a movie program going on. So we have 6 different restaurants in town that we're partnering with. If you spend $50 or more at these restaurants, you get 2 free tickets to Park City Film plus free popcorn, which is good for the rest of 2023. And this patron came up to us once we announced it before the film and said, what a great idea. What a great way to bring people together. This person happens to be single. They said, what a great way to maybe connect with someone at a movie and say, hey, let's go out to dinner next weekend, and then we can come and watch the movie together, right? So it just creates that opportunity to bring people together in maybe a different way, where you can have a conversation. You have that common bond of your love of film, or maybe it's the theme of one of the films, but it's something that brings you together in a unique way that you can talk about, and you can commune over food or the film together. But it's all about that collective experience. And so it's something that we really take pride in, is not only what we show on the screen, but how do we connect to our broader community, getting people out there, supporting local businesses, but also coming together as community members in maybe a different way than they have before.
Which I think is such a unique and wonderful possibility that you guys do. And now look at you guys, you're playing matchmaker throughout the community for people to find a significant other or just a companion to take to dinner, take to a movie, and enjoy that one-on-one time with.
Right, exactly. Just friends, just bringing people together in a different way. I mean, I always feel like when I go to the movies, and I see I see a lot of familiar faces, but also a lot of new people, and just seeing their eyes open to the beauty of the experience of seeing films in this collective environment. They leave transformed in many ways. And it's just really exciting to see that happen, but then see them come back. I had a member call me the other day, and he's moving to Phoenix, and he was almost in tears about how much he was going to miss Park City, but also just the experience that we bring, that he was one of our members for many, many years and just loved film and loved just having this opportunity every Sunday to come see a film with us, bring his friends and family together to experience something that he really is passionate about.
Now let's talk about these memberships, because it comes up so frequently, and this is such a great way for people to get involved not only with the nonprofit side of things, but also to get these great benefits that come with it, whether it's a special screening or whether it's just forming this community within Park City Film and realizing that it is impossible to leave.
Absolutely. And so we do have memberships, they start at $55. We have multiple tiers depending on your interest, how much you want to, how much you're able to support us. Certainly memberships are kind of the lifeblood of any nonprofit organization. It gives us some certainty with our financials as we go through the year, knowing that we have this core base of support. But then we also have these great events where we give back to our members, right? You get discounted tickets and all those other things, which is kind of standard for membership organizations or memberships. But then also just having the opportunity to have a reception before a film or after a film, just a different opportunity to get together with people that have something in common with you. We do an Oscar party every year. And when we first started doing it 10 years ago, it was all about the party and the champagne and the swag and all this stuff. And then as soon as we turned on the movies, because we were showing the documentary shorts, the entire space emptied because everyone wanted to go see the movie. And we're like, oh, of course. Our members are about film and about seeing movies together. It's not about the rubber chicken dinner or the dance party or whatever it is that other people, put together. It's really about how do we come together in this unique way. So we do like to offer throughout the year different events for our members to get together in that way and meet each other and then have, again, another familiar face in the audience when they come to see a movie of, hey, I know that person. I met them last week or at last event. Maybe I'll sit with them or have someone to talk to afterwards, and just that kind of reinforcing that familiarity.
Now, if people are interested in becoming members, what is the membership program like?
Well, if you go to parkcityfilm.org, you can click on the membership tab. And as I said, we have individual memberships. We have memberships for discounted memberships for students or military veterans. It goes all the way up to our Director's Circle member, which is $1,000 a year. And that's for two people, and it's free tickets to every film screening we have, free popcorn. So that's kind of the upper tier. Certainly, if we have individuals who donate more than that, which we greatly appreciate, but we have about 5 different tiers. And we do offer for a lot of our upper tier memberships punch cards. So maybe your membership entitles you to a free ticket, you as an individual, but then you also get a free punch card for other films. So if you want to bring a guest, if you have a friend who's like, hey, come along with me, like my ticket's free, but I've also got a free ticket for you. And just that invitation, we're finding increasingly as movie theaters are opening back up, as kind of COVID abates, that really just that personal invitation is so important to just giving people that sense of comfort and surety of, I'm going to enjoy this experience. I'm going to like being in this new environment. And it's just, to us, it's so meaningful to be able to offer that opportunity to our members so that they can share this experience with their friends and family members, or maybe just someone that just moved into town, a new neighbor. We have lots of new neighbors here in Park City. Just a way to extend that invitation, say, hey, come along with me. I've got a ticket. Let's make a night of it together.
Now, you guys also offer a great experience for people to underwrite films. So if you want to bring in some wonderful films for people to see, or if there's a film people would like to specifically see, they can help you guys do that.
Absolutely. And I do want to thank PJ Builders, or the underwriters for this weekend's film. They've been underwriting films with us for over a decade, helped us go digital back in the day, which we really appreciate. So we have everything from businesses like PJ Builders, underwrite films over the weekend just to help support us and show how valuable it is for our community to have an independent art house cinema like Park City Film. But then we also have individuals who just love cinema and they have a particular film. We have one underwriter, Rick Catoni, who's been underwriting films with us for many, many years. And he's underwriting an upcoming film called All That Breathes. And he loves foreign language films, world cinema, and particularly documentaries. And just to be able to have that extra support from our community of saying, I love this film. I want to make sure it comes back to Park City because it won the grand jury prize at Sundance. I want to show the community how valuable it is that this film is coming back. So if you're interested in underwriting a film, we have all different ways that it can look like. Sometimes nonprofits underwrite films that are core to their mission. But you can reach out to me at director@parkcityfilm.org, and we'd love to have you.
And you guys also work with a lot of nonprofits to bring these events together to give people kind of a safe space to talk about their experiences, and whether it's women or it is something more specific like the Education Foundation. You guys do a lot of great things in that aspect as well.
Absolutely. In a couple of weeks, we're showing a film called Going Circular, and it's about kind of cradle to cradle economy, right? Where there is no end, right? There's no waste, there's no away. Everything stays in the system. So you're always reusing things, repackaging, repurposing, and designing intentionally so that can happen. And we're partnering with the Swaner Preserve and Eco Center on that for Earth Day as part of our Real Community series. And that's really where we use film as a mechanism to elevate the mission of our partner organization. And we'll have a post-film discussion about that with experts that we've curated from the local community. And it's a great way to spark conversation, to be a catalyst, perhaps for change, but also to spark new ideas for individuals within our community, and then create a space afterwards via the panel to really get deeper into the issues that are being presented in the film. Like, what does this look like in our community? How can I get engaged with this particular topic? Who are the people that are working on this in my area? And we have a great, depth of resources, not only in Park City, but down in the Salt Lake Valley, all these great universities and professors and just incredibly smart, interesting people doing interesting things that we can tap into. And they're always so generous and sharing their expertise with us after these films. So yeah, if you have a nonprofit and you have a particular film that you're interested in bringing to Park City, or you're interested in us helping to curate a film for your nonprofit, that's also something that we are always looking for, those partnerships, and really how can we elevate and work with new partners every year. So we have kind of a core that we have worked with for many years, but we're always looking to add new individuals. There's so many things that we can talk about and topics we can touch on through film. So it's really fun to see what's out there.
And now if people are interested in coming this weekend to see the film, what time should they expect to arrive at the theater? Can they buy their tickets in advance?
So Linoleum will be showing Friday and Saturday night at 7 and then Sunday at 6. You can get tickets online in advance at parkcityfilm.org. But also the box office opens an hour before the showtime. So do not be deterred if you didn't make plans in advance. Absolutely no problem. We know that moviegoers are a spontaneous bunch. Just head on over to the Jim Santee Auditorium on Park Avenue. Bring your own bowl if you've got one for popcorn, but we can absolutely sell you a ticket on site. We've got a huge theater, 450 seats, so 4 times the size of a normal movie theater, just for reference. So plenty of space for you and your friends to come join us at the film, and we'd love to have you.
Katie, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information, and thanks for all the hard work you do in our community. You really do bring together people in a different way, and you give a sense of community within itself in the film organization.
Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
Make sure that you go online, you buy your tickets to see Linoleum, or you go an hour before the show starts, either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, because it's just a great time to get out there and experience something new, open your perspectives, and kind of take a different look at life. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned. Do you love to giggle? Well, then MTV has a new movie for you that's going to be a ton of fun to get out there and watch. And we've got 2 of the incredible actors and actresses joining us, and that's Paris and Chris. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to chat with me this morning.
Hi, friend. Good morning.
Good morning, Maddie.
I love that. How are you guys this morning, and how was the filming of Pretty Stoned?
We're good this morning. We've been up since 4 a.m. But filming Pretty Stoned was so much fun. I was saying before that we all didn't know each other coming into it, so we were all strangers, and everyone was just so talented and creative that we just got to improv pretty much every single scene, which makes everything funnier and more authentic. So yeah, this movie is super, super fun, and we're very excited for everyone to watch it.
Now, for people who do want to watch it, if they are kind of going into it with any expectations, what should they expect from it besides just the hilarious improv that you guys had the opportunity to do?
You can expect a lot of hijinks, like a lot of fun, like dreamlike sequences, and a ton of cameos from like a bunch of celebrities. Like it's just chock full. Is chock full a saying? It is like packed full of like comedians and rappers and TV personalities. It's like at every turn there's like someone you to be excited about.
Which I'm really excited. I was reading through kind of the description yesterday, and this sounds like one of those movies that people are going to see once, and then it's going to be that like feel-good, pick-me-up movie where they can watch it again and just hysterically giggle. Now, you guys both have very extensive acting careers, and so if someone is watching at home who maybe aspires to be like you guys, if you had to give them one piece of advice, what would you give them?
Never give up. That's always mine. Just never give up. I wanted to give up a couple times, and I'm so thankful that I did not. So
I love that. I think that like jumping off of that is like find your community and like your group of friends, because like it is really hard to do. There is like a lot of rejection involved, but as long as you're supported by people that you love and people who believe in you, it feels so much easier and so much more doable.
Now, if you guys
that was
had
a good one.
pick a favorite part of kind of filming and going through the sets and everything of filming Pretty Stoned, what would be your favorite part?
My favorite part was honestly the stunts. We got to do so much, I was not expecting that. And when I started my career, I was doing stunts all the time. So this was the first one in a while that I've been able to like use my abilities. But it's pretty chaotic how much stunts are actually in this movie. So it's very entertaining.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. The first thing that came to my mind is like we have a really intense car chase, and for whatever reason, I was allowed to be in that car, and it's absolutely bonkers. It's bonkers.
That like has to keep your adrenaline just at a peak level throughout the course of filming. And I would imagine that when you come off of that high adrenaline, it's hard to like come back and start to get back into character.
Oh, I mean,
No.
it was tough. I mean, it was tough to like get back into like real life. So like at the end of the weeks of filming, Paris and I would just like hang out until 4 in the morning because we were like, ooh, that was so fun. What do we do? How do we go to sleep about that?
We were just sitting in our apartments, like being like, all right, what do we do now?
Now, if people are interested in watching Pretty Stoned, when can they find it and where can they find it?
On April 19th on MTV at 8 p.m.
Now, if you had to describe Pretty Stoned in 3 words, what 3 words would you pick?
Ooh.
I'll do one, you do one, and then we'll say one together and see if it's the
Okay.
same. Chaotic.
Ah, that was mine. uh, fantastical.
Okay, and then the last one on 3. 1, 2, 3. Dazzling.
Pretty.
I mean, same definition, but just a different word. I love it.
Exactly.
And you guys obviously have established a really good relationship because you guys spend a lot of time together and you'd spent a lot of time together filming. And so you said before, you didn't know each other going into this and now you've left like a family. And I feel like that's one of the coolest parts about the jobs that you guys do is you find yourself meeting so many incredible new people so frequently.
1000%. And thankfully, Chris lives in LA, so we can still see each other.
So you guys
Yeah,
just hang out.
the leaving the family wasn't so hard.
I love it. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to chat with me and so much for bringing this hilarious wit to the big screen where everyone can get out there and enjoy it. Now, I hope that you guys maybe get to relax here soon since I know you've been doing this for a hot minute today.
We absolutely won't get to relax, but thank you
We
for the
just started.
Well, then hopefully it's sunny and when you guys do finish, you get to get out there and see the sunshine at some point today.
The sun is coming out finally. It's not dark anymore.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information, and we cannot wait to see Pretty Stoned.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maddie. Good morning, Vale.
Make sure that you check out Pretty Stoned on MTV April 19th. It's going to be hilarious. It's going to be dazzling. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be pretty. It's all of the things that you would like for a movie to give you some great belly laughs. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for tuning into your Friday edition of Wasatch Weekends. I've been your host, Maddie Evans. Now, I love getting to be involved in the community, hear all of the wonderful things that are taking place. I don't know about you, but getting out there and checking out Linoleum at Park City Film this weekend sounds like a ton of fun, and so we hope you do just that, but don't forget to bring your own bowl. Now, also, again, mark your calendars. Park City Mountain Resort is staying open until May. All the way to May, they are making it this ski season. This is the first time since 1993 that we've had this long of a ski season on Park City Mountain, so we hope you get out there and you enjoy everything that they have to offer. I've been your host, Maddie Evans, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.